Coming to you direct from Silencer Shop Studios, home of the Glass Case of Emotion.
SilencerShop.com, the easiest way to buy silencers online, period.
Stand by for education, enlightenment, enjoyment, and entertainment.
He's not here to talk about your feelings. He's not here to say what you want to hear. He's here to say what needs to be said.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, please welcome your host, the pimp hand of America, Professor Paul Markle.
Hey, how are you guys doing today? Here's the deal. I am going to stick with you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that we talk about what matters. And unfortunately, as I bump the table with my knee and I move around to make my point, unfortunately, there are people... Why is it so easy... it's a stupid rhetorical question. Say, why is it easy for people to become so distracted and to lose sight of what is important in the United States? Is it because that we're all a bunch of soy-fed manginas and we've got ADD? Is it the fluoride in the water? What is it, Jared? I don't know what it is.
I'm going to go with it's the ADD from the, why don't we call it IDD? Eye device disorder.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, I tell you what, I've got a, how many of you are my age? How many of you are in your 40s or older?
I think people think you're younger than you are. So.
Yeah. Well, if you remember Ted Bundy was just a horrible monster. Ted Bundy was responsible for the death of at least 36 people.
Wasn't Ted Bundy that ranch owner that
No.
A couple years ago? You know, I actually had somebody say that to me.
Really?
Yeah. That's how bad the media has painted those people.
So Ted Bundy, I remember I was actually living in Florida when Ted Bundy was executed for his crimes, because Florida had the guts to actually put a multiple murderer, a serial killer, a vicious, just a horrible monster. If there was an example of a predatory monster in society, it was Ted Bundy. They finally caught him, and they executed him, and he is now currently residing in hell, and his body is worm food. It's long since decomposed. So people cheered. People were happy. They were pleased that the vicious monster Ted Bundy, who presided, he orchestrated the deaths of at least 36 people, they say, and mostly it was women. He preyed on women. But they were happy and they celebrated. And there were a few like liberal psychos at the time. They're like, it's not right and blah, blah, blah. It's like, shut up. Just shut up. You are so weak. I don't even know what to say to you. But someone just passed. Someone just left this earth. Ted Bundy, he died and was responsible for the death of 36 people. And people cheered. People were happy. They were elated that he had received his reward, that he was dead. But he was responsible for the death of 36 people. Now, if someone unlawfully or under color of law, let's say, you remember the Nazi Party? Do you remember the fascists in Italy? Do you remember the Khmer Rouge? Do you know that the Khmer Rouge killed like 2 million people under color of law? Because when they killed them, the government in Cambodia said, it's cool to kill those people. So those were lawful killings. Do you think it was okay because the communist government said it was okay? How do you feel about the death of 6 million Jews, gypsies, gays, you name it, plus in concentration camps in Germany?
Well, but I didn't die, so who cares?
I mean,
what difference does it make?
Do you think that's okay? Because, well, no, it's not okay. It's horrible. Do you know that it was legally sanctioned in Germany? The people who committed the genocide, they weren't breaking German law. You say, well, they're breaking the laws of humanity. And like, okay, but the fact is, they weren't breaking German law. You're like, where are you going with this, Paul? I got a place to go. Janet Reno is now worm food. Janet Reno was a horrible, despicable, just, I can't even think of enough words to describe this vile creature. Janet Reno was Bill Clinton's militant lesbian attorney general. She made her bones in Florida by trying to screw over some cops. That's what a lot of attorney generals, especially Democrats, will do. They'll find an issue that's publicly charged, and they'll go ahead and crucify some cops and make sure they get all the Democrat votes. Janet Reno orchestrated the death of 76 Americans in Waco, Texas. This is before the internet, so you probably weren't watching it at the time. But it was under color of law, so that makes it okay, right? She oversaw the death of Randy Weaver's son and his wife. Randy Weaver's son was shot and killed by federal agents who were trespassing on his land. His wife was shot by a sniper while she was standing in the door of their cabin holding their child in her arms. But they were all killed under color of law. So should we celebrate the death of the vicious, vile monster, the liberal fascist Janet Reno, or should we not? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you to decide. All right, it is Wednesday, right? This is Wednesday's episode. Holy crap burgers.
Is Janet Reno, is that with one T?
Yeah.
Okay. I just needed to put it in.
Is that with one O? Yeah. Oh, man. Welcome to all our iHeartRadio listeners, iTunes listeners, Stitcher, whatever you happen to be listening worldwide to Student of the Gun Radio on. Thank you for joining us today. And hold on to your hats. If you are brand new to Student of the Gun Radio, you have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. You'll be okay, but I need you to close your mouth and open both of your ears, and I need you to listen louder. That's what I need you to do. Now, I'm going to take a sip out of my coffee mug and I'm going to throw it over to Jared to welcome everyone.
Welcome, everybody, from iHeartRadio, from iTunes, from Stitcher. What else we hit now?
We're on Podcast Gallery, everything. iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Republic. It basically with the conquering of the iHeartRadio app, I can't imagine that there's any on-demand audio outlet that we're not on.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you could name one. You're like, you're not on. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't even make up a stupid name.
You're on level 1 of the knowledge tier here.
Yeah. So
you don't know what you don't know.
That's right. But tell you what, if you, whatever you're listening to us on, if you would do us a favor, and your fellow Americans and your fellow Earthicans, if you would do them a favor and just leave a review, let everybody know so we can share the message. I'm drinking my coffee, but guess what this is not? It's not the Threaded Barrel Coffee Dark Roast. That's not what's in my coffee, and do you guys know why? Because Jared is totally bogarting it.
And you know what? I even opened the bag yesterday, and I took a little bit out to leave at the house, and I forgot the bag this morning.
Oh, man.
But I brought the products and everything else. I brought the computer to record the radio.
Oh,
I brought everything else.
You brought your laptop to do radio?
I brought everything else.
Well, that was a good job.
I just forgot one small thing.
Good job. Yeah, he's totally bogarting it. So, just so you guys know.
I think that they might need to send another bag just for you.
That might be. All right, thank you to Crossbreed Holsters, the makers of the Super Tuck Deluxe and the Freedom Carry and the Bedside Backup and the Purse Defender and all the other things that they make, including belts. If you don't have a high-quality belt to go with your concealed carry rig, you are wrong, and you should probably fix yourself. Go to crossbreedholsters.com. Frog Lube, it's green, it's minty fresh. It is a bio-based firearms lubricant product. Now, you don't just have to lubricate your your guns with frog lube. No. You can do your steel drum. You can do your sword. You can do your hair clippers. You can do your handcuff hinges. Man, you can do anything. I don't care. You're an American. Frog lube, whatever you want. But you can find them at froglube.com or at Brownells. Century Arms, the sweetest smelling arms maker in the U.S. of A. Absolutely. I can't wait to get out and shoot. You know what, Jared? Next time we go to the range, I'm taking the V2, the C39 V2 with the red dot mount. I'll let you shoot it. You haven't shot that gun yet, have you?
Yeah, I've shot it.
The C39 V2 with the red dot?
Oh, no, the one that I picked up from the gun shop?
Yeah.
While you're gone.
No, you haven't shot that one yet.
Haven't shot
You
it
shot
yet.
the other stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm still torn as to whether or not I should Duracoat it. Maybe I'll just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Should I leave it alone? But I do have some Duracoat projects coming up. As a matter of fact, our friend Brown Santa should be bringing us a Duracoat box any day now.
Oh, nice.
Duracoat because, life is too short to have an ugly gun. And you can go to LauerWeaponry.com or you can go to Brownells and do that. All right, pick them up. What day is today? It's Fighting Fitness, brought to you by SWAT Fuel. And we've got some funky, fresh music for you guys to listen to right now.
Physically fit, physically fit, physically fit, woman, physically fit, woman, nice, trick, fantastic, big your body out in the big tight and woman, nice, sweet, energetic, big your body out in the big tight and woman, nice, trick, fantastic, big your body out in the big tight and woman, nice, sweet, fantastic, big your body out in the big tight and woman, I like to move it.
Today's topic was actually an idea that came from Dad's brain, so he'll be jumping in here too to Tutu. I said Tutu.
Chew also?
Yeah, he'll be also jumping in here so he can share his part of his story that I'm sure something was the impetus for this idea.
Oh, yeah. Well,
but I want to share a personal story with you guys and something that I've been working on within myself. And the topic today is that we all need to stop preloading excuses. Everybody does it. We need to not do it. And one of the things that I had a pretty hard time with myself was preloading the excuse that, well, I've got all this work to do, so I'll just finish this work and then I'll go over and I'll work out. And that was a huge problem for me for a while, probably a year. And it finally got to the point, well, and another thing that was part of that problem, I think, was that I've spent most of my life working out for between 4 and 8 hours a day. So I assume, like right now, I'm like, well, if I can't work out for 4 to 8 hours a day, I'm just not going to work out at all. And that's not the case. So that was part of the preloaded excuse that I already had. I was like, well, if I can't work out for that long, then I just won't do it for 15 minutes.
that's right.
And that's not the case. You can get your workout. And I've been telling you guys this for a long time, for probably a year. And I finally started taking my own advice, as I just do 10, 15 minutes a day, here and there if I can. And then when I can work out longer, then I do that. So I'm all done preloading the excuse that I've got all this work to do and I can do that and then work out. I've found that I'm more productive if I stop the work that I'm doing and I go do a 10 to 15 minute workout and then I come back to the work. Believe it or not, it actually stimulates the blood. It gets your brain flowing, your blood flowing and your brain moving.
Oxygenated blood.
Oxygenated blood in there.
You cannot underestimate the positive effects of oxygenated blood flowing to your brain. That's one of the reasons why people are so non-productive after they have lunch. People come back. I've been in the adult work environment. I've been in an office. I didn't spend a lot of time in an office environment, but I have been there. And, you go to lunch and you come back and then your body starts digesting the food. And what do you need? Well, you've got a lot of blood. I'm not a doctor, but your blood is being used for digestion and you get tired and it's not going to your brain. It's not pop into your brain. One of the reasons why people tend to be much more productive in the morning because they're well rested. You get up, you have yourself a cup of coffee or whatever, a light breakfast, and you get to it. Boom, 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 boom. And then as the day goes on, I find that it really takes me a lot more to get going. But we don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about stop preloading excuses. Folks, when someone says to me, such and such and such, and I'll try to do that, maybe I'm an a-hole. I know I can't say the word ass and put anything behind it, but maybe I'm mean, maybe I'm crotchety, maybe I'm whatever. But if you tell me, if I say, hey, this is going on, I'd like you to come, and you say, well, I'll try if I can, I'll say, then forget it. Forget it. Just forget it. Well, no, I'm going to try. No. When you say to me, I'm going to try, what you've just said to me is I've already given myself an excuse not to do it, so when I don't do it, it will be okay. I don't want to be Yoda here, but sometimes you got to be Yoda, man. Sometimes you have to be Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. Karate do yes, karate do no. Karate do guess so, sooner or later, squish, just like grape. So don't do that to yourself. Don't do it to other people. If you cannot, like if someone says, hey, would you like to go to this event, or when you want to do this, you want to work out, you want to whatever, it doesn't matter. And be honest with yourself and them and say, you know what? That's not going to happen. And this is why. I know that I'm going to be busy that day. I know that the schedule's not going to allow it. I literally know that that's not going to happen. Okay, great. Drive on. If the answer is no, the answer is no. Drive on and move on with your life. But don't preload excuses. Don't say, well, I'll try if I can. No, that's crap. You know. Don't give yourself. And like I said, going to the gym. You walk into the gym or the dojo or the training arena or whatever, and you say, oh, man, I don't know how well I'm going to do today because I didn't sleep well, or I didn't this, or I didn't that, or I'm hungry, or my foot hurts, or my face hurts, or whatever. Don't walk into the training arena and the first thing out of your mouth is an excuse as to why you're not going to perform today.
We hear that every single day. There's at least one person every single day that comes in and is like, oh, I didn't drink enough water today. I'm tired.
Walks into the arena. Oh, I'm this, I'm that.
Like, here's the deal. If you walk out this door and you're attacked by somebody, they don't care. They want you to not have enough water or not have enough food.
So you like,
it's like, if you can't perform when you need to the most, then you're just, what are you doing?
It's I'm not warmed up. One of the things that, I've had a couple of really good firearms instructors in my career, and I've got a good friend who's out, and unfortunately he lives in the People's Republic of California, but he's a cop out there, and he's a firearms trainer. And one of the things that they do is when they're going to do their qual, they call people, they call them in, and they say, all right, I need you to come to the range. And they bring them to the range, and they're like, get out of the car, come out, you're going to do the qual. And like, well, you can't make me do that. I'm not warmed up. I'm not practiced. Like, whoa. Hey, butthead, I hate to break your heart here, but the guy who wants to make you dead, the girl that wants to make you dead, the person that wants to attack and kill you, they're not going to let you have a few warm-up shots. Okay, go ahead and, get a few draw strokes out, do some warm-ups. And are you ready now?
It's like, go.
No, you have to be able to perform on demand. Stop preloading excuses. Oh, I can't do that on demand. Well, if you can't do it on demand, and if you need to preload excuses, then you need to up your abilities a little bit. So,
I think that dovetails into what we've talked about before, is the instead of telling yourself you're going to do something, do it. So instead of making excuses, tell yourself or tell the other person that you're going to do something, but instead of telling them or telling yourself, then just do it.
Well, and I also want you guys, if you say, hey, Paul, I don't preload excuses, I'm down with you, and I get it, and I'm glad that you get it. And what I'm going to challenge you to do is the next time somebody offers you a preloaded excuse, tell them you're not going to accept it. Well, what do you mean? No, I'm not. Tell them I'm not going to accept it. Just say, okay, I get it. You're not going to perform. So just, why are you here? Just go home. If I was a sensei or whatever, if I was John and someone walked in and said, oh no, I'm tired. So I say, you know what? don't even worry about it. You just go home. Well, no, I don't want to go home. I want to do it. Oh, do you want to do it? Then stop preloading excuses and do it. Oh, you're mean. You're harsh. You hurt people's feelings. There's more important things in the world than feelings.
Yeah.
There's this thing called victory and liberty. Those are way more important than your feelings. So stop preloading excuses. That is the end of that sentence. Full stop.
Cool.
You know what I started
done with the what?
You do voice text? You do voice text.
Do I do it?
Yeah,
Is
you
that a
use
question?
voice text,
Yes.
right? When you want to put a period at the end of a sentence, what do?
I actually started saying full stop.
I say full stop, too.
Yeah, because and then I figured out that if you say new paragraph, it actually it enters down twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So those for all of you guys that are like, I can't split this up into paragraphs because I'm using voice text. Bull crap. Yes, you can.
Pause, say the word new paragraph. But you know what it doesn't do? It won't give you comma.
Yeah, it does.
Does it give you comma?
Mine does.
There's something I said the word, the punctuation word, and it spelled out that word. I can't remember what it was.
Oh.
It might have been comma or question mark or something where it like spelled it out. I think my phone, I said question mark and it spelled out the word question mark.
We have to upgrade your phone.
Yeah, probably. Okay. But all right, let's not
Wait,
talk
wait.
about that anymore.
I have one more thing before we're done with the fighting fitness. I want to. I've heard a lot of stuff about this exercise ball thing that people are doing, where they're sitting at the desk and they're sitting on an exercise ball instead of.
Oh, that's
chair.
old, man.
Yeah,
but
Jack LaLanne did it.
Really?
No, I don't know. I just made that up, but it sounded good. I forgot. People believe everything we say. So
yeah, don't say that. They'll believe.
Okay,
Jack LaLanne
I cannot confirm or deny that Jack LaLanne did this, but I'm going to. I got an exercise ball, and I'm going to try this out because supposedly, and it has to be an exercise ball. It can't be an exercise ball chair because it can't have a back and it can't be stable. You have to stabilize yourself. So supposedly, yeah, if you do this for 15 minutes a day, it's a pretty decent ab workout because you sit at your desk and you have to hold yourself. You have to stabilize yourself while you're doing it. So, and I could see that. I could definitely see that working. So I'm going to try it out, and then I'm going to report back in 1 week. And I'm starting that today. So
where's your ball at?
My ball's at home.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which one? Which ball?
The ball you're gonna sit on.
Yeah.
Or is it at the house?
At the house. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't blow it up yet.
Oh, you haven't inflated it
No,
yet?
I just bought it.
Oh.
But I'm going to do.
I was wondering if you swipe one from the gym.
No.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go ahead and hear from Alex. I want to hear what she has to say.
Attention, new listeners. We produced a free training video series called 7 Training Tips That Could Save Your Life. We want you to have access to this life-saving information. Get instant access now at studentofthegun.com. Do you watch Student of the Gun TV, read the blog, and follow us on Facebook? If you answered no to any of those questions, you are wrong, but you can easily fix yourself. Go to studentofthegun.com to find everything SOTG.
Yes, indeedy do. In case for some strange reason you did not know that there was a studentofthegun.com, you can go there, and you actually should. This is the main story, and I decided to deliberately go overseas for this story. Now, it's not that the United States media hasn't reported on it, but believe it or not, I really don't trust their take on I don't trust CNN or MSNBC or I don't trust ABC, NBC, or CBS to tell me the truth. I know you're like, what? You're a crazy conspiracy theorist. I don't know who you are. This comes to us from dailymail.co.uk. Oh, and this is a 100% SEO title here, and I'm going to take a deep breath. And I'm going to go ahead and read the whole thing.
Is it long and hard?
You can't review 650,000 new emails in 8 days. Furious Trump blasts FBI director after Houdini Hillary is cleared over second email investigation sparked by Anthony Weiner's teen sexting scandal. FBI announced it will not change its decision reached in July after investigating Hillary Clinton's emails. Director James Comey announced the potentially election-changing news in an email on Sunday afternoon. The latest finding means that the Democratic nominee will not be charged with anything over the email, the tens of thousands of violations of the Classified Information Act. Do you know that if you were a corporal or a sergeant or a first lieutenant in the U.S. military, and you sent one single email from a personal account or to your personal account that contained classified information, that you would be charged? And you would probably, if they found out, you'd probably be in jail. We had a story last week or 2 weeks ago, about a guy who took a selfie in a secured area and didn't even send it or transmit it, just possessed it. And he had to do a plea bargain for one single charge. We're talking thousands of counts of violations of the Classified Security Act.
I'm kind of liking this Houdini Hillary thing.
And so, says Donald Trump blasted the FBI's director on Sunday night, telling a crowd of 8,000 people in Michigan that he rejected the Bureau's latest move to exonerate Hillary Clinton. FBI Chief Comey told leaders in Congress hours earlier that a review of 650,000 emails discovered on a laptop belonging to Anthony Weiner had reinforced his July 5th decision to let her off the hook. The investigations into her crimes will go on for a long, long time, Trump said, in a Detroit suburb of Sterling Heights. Ooh, I've been to Sterling Heights. The rank-and-file special agents in the FBI won't let her get away with these terrible crimes, including the deletion of 33,000 emails after receiving a congressional subpoena. So, riddle me this, Batman. If you get a subpoena to provide evidence, to provide something, if they say, hey, you are commanded by the court to bring your phone, your BlackBerry, and then you take a hammer and you smash the BlackBerry into pieces and say, oops, don't have it, don't know what you're talking about. Is that not destruction of evidence? So if you destroy 33,000 subpoenaed emails, is that not 33,000 charges of destruction of evidence? I don't know. If you did it or I did it, we would probably be sitting in jail right now. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and the more power you get, the more you're allowed to get away with. Right now, she's being protected by a rigged system, he exclaimed. You can't review 650,000 emails in 8 days.
Okay, so let me do some math here real quick. Can I do it?
Yes, do some math.
So we've got 8 days times. There's 24 hours in a day, right?
Okay, so you can't. And I wouldn't count weekends because there's no chance. There's no way.
Let's just give them 8 days.
Okay, we'll give them weekends.
192 hours, and there's 60 minutes in an hour, so that's 11,520 minutes in these 8 days, right?
Okay. You're doing the math,
right? So then we got. Let's just break it down into seconds here. 691,200 seconds. 650,000 emails. You'd almost have to do an email a second.
You'd have to review one email per second in order to do that.
I think we'll give them 2 seconds per email.
So 2 seconds, huh?
Yeah. We'll give them 2.
1,001, 1,002. Next.
Boom, done.
1,001, 1,002. Next.
Yep.
1,001, 1,002. Next. And that's if you had, well, first of all, there's no way you're going to have one person doing it 24 hours a day for 8 days nonstop. You'd have to have a whole team of people. Here's the thing. The decision not to charge, see, on the left, the progressive left and the big government ruling class, this is a victory for them. They think that this exonerates her. And they're wrong.
They're like, hey, we have to get this decision out before the election, so let's do it.
They think that this makes it okay and that makes this problem go away. And what this really does, well, first of all, we know that the Hillary voter, that the progressive liberal voter is already a brainwashed tax slave. We already know that they will openly support a known criminal. They will openly support a traitor. They will openly support a vicious criminal monster who will engage in character assassination in order to protect her rapist husband. And they don't have a problem with that. But here's the problem that they have. Not everyone in the United States of America is a sycophant. Not everyone in the United States of America thinks that she can do whatever she wants, whenever she wants to do it, and just get away with it. The decision by the FBI director to go ahead and say, well, we got this evidence and we reviewed it. 2 seconds per email, 1.5 seconds per email. And we've decided there's nothing in there that's incriminating or could possibly lead to criminal prosecution. So we're just going to forget about it. What that does to you and I is that 100% reinforces our fears that Washington, D.C. is a corrupt monster. That Washington, D.C., whether people have R's or D's behind their name, but especially D's based upon what we're seeing, that they have decided that they are the ruling class. And they're going to protect each other. And they're going to do whatever they need to do to maintain power. If people have to die, so be it. If we have to lie, if we have to obfuscate, if we have to pretend we don't, if we have to destroy evidence, whatever we have to do to maintain power, we're going to do it. Whether it's threats, bribery, extortion, people committing suicide by shooting themselves in the back of the head twice, convenient car accidents, people being robbed but nothing, and killed during a robbery and then nothing is taken from them, mysterious plane crashes, whatever we need to do to maintain our power, that's what's going to happen, and the people of the United States of America can just suck it. I'm sorry if you don't like that phraseology, but here's what James Comey, the corrupt, compromised, look the word up, the director of the FBI has been compromised. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has just proven that the vernacular famous but incompetent is 100% spot on. If you're an FBI agent listening to me right now, I am sorry for you, but you are a member of an organization that has been compromised and is being controlled by the ruling class power structure. You cannot deny it. You cannot look at me or any American citizen and say to us, no, the FBI has integrity. The FBI is impartial. The FBI is most concerned with getting to the truth. You cannot look at me or any American today in November 2016 and tell me that, because it is not true. And we've seen it. It has been demonstrated to the entire world, not just the country, to the world, that the director of the FBI has been compromised by the ruling class power structure in the Clinton crime family. He should have resigned in disgrace 6 months ago. The FBI is being used as an agency to provide cover for ruling class criminals. You have no moral authority. How dare you say that, Paul? How dare you point out the truth? And all you folks out there on the reasonable left who say, "Oh, you conservative gun people, you're all crazy. You're all conspiracy theory. You're always looking for something." Yeah, we're looking for the truth. We're looking for the people who are supposed to be charged with law enforcement to actually try and enforce the law. But that's just me being crazy over here. I don't know what else to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've made it as clear as I possibly can. What do you think, Jared? Is that as clear as I can possibly make it?
Yeah, I think that you've done a pretty good job with that.
All right. Well, it is Wednesday, and because it's Wednesday, we've got a Brownell's Bullet Point segment for you freaks out there. So perk up your ears. All right. November 9th, 2016. Remember this day because it is the day that we at Student of the Gun officially announced, based upon the official press release from Brownells, that they are now shipping and selling complete firearms. Yes, you can go to brownells.com now, and in addition to ordering pieces and parts and components and scopes and ammo and all that other stuff, you can buy guns and have them shipped to an FFL dealer near you. So what I want you to do, well, after you're done listening to me, is go to brownells.com and shop at your leisure. Go crazy. Do whatever you need to do. Black rifles. It is Black Rifle Month at Brownells. And optics. Optics or no optics. Now, when you've got a black rifle, you know the purpose of sights on a rifle, right? It's to help you align your eye with the bore of the gun so that you can hit what you want to hit, your target. How do we do that? Well, you've got various types of iron sights. You got red dots. You got magnified optics, fixed magnified optics. You got variable power magnified optics. What is right for you? Well, and I know there's some confusion out there, especially if you're a new black rifle owner, because people will tell you, oh, dude, you got to get a blank. You have to get a blank. You got to get this optic. You got to get this one. This one's my favorite. You got to get an Aimpoint, EOTech, Trigicon, Leupold, whatever. You got to get it. And you're sitting over there like, dude, there's so much. Before you buy anything, before you order anything, what you need to do is you need to have an honesty session with yourself. You need to have a gut check and say, what is my goal? What do I want to do with this rifle? Do I want to go out to Wyoming and shoot little, prairie dog creatures? Do I want to shoot prairie dog creatures at 1, 2, 3, 400 yards? Yes or no? You want to do that? Okay. Then you're probably going to want to have a magnified optic with variable power. Okay, great. But if you've got a black rifle and you look at that thing and you say, no, this is my sledgehammer. This is my power tool. This is the object that I'm going to use to stop bad people and predators and monsters from hurting me and my family. You don't need a 12-power scope to do that, Sparky, because you're probably, if you have to engage with a predator, it's going to be within less than 100 yards, probably less than 50 yards, probably in the 5 to 20 yard range. You don't need a 12-power scope for that. You don't even need a fixed variable power. You don't need a fixed variable. No, you don't even need a fixed power scope for that. You get away with a red dot or even just iron sights. So before you spend your money, before you order things, you need to ask yourself, what do I practically expect to do with this gun? And then once you've answered that question, that's when I want you to go ahead and go shopping. And we're doing, I have a project in the works right now. It's basically, it's pretty much done. But it's all about zeroing or BZOing your black rifle, how and why. And I get down into all the nitty gritty of why and how you would want to BZO your rifle, zero your rifle, what distance, and so on and so forth. So that is upcoming. All right, that brings us right up to the end of today's episode of Student of the Gun. Holy crap, can you believe it's in 40 minutes already?
I was just going to say that. Time
flies
you're like, when you're having fun, I guess, huh?
It's crazy talk. I can't believe it. Don't forget that the Broken Nation Repair Kit, also known as the Patriot Fireteam Manual, it's the Patriot Fireteam Manual. I know I shouldn't say that. People are going to Google search Broken Nation Repair Kit. The Patriot Fireteam Manual, it's available. We have a few left, limited. We have signed copies if you want one of those. But if you don't want one or you have to have it on your iPhone, then you can get a Kindle version from Amazon, or you can get an Amazon paperback. And do us a favor, do other freedom-loving human beings on planet Earth a favor, and leave a review. Leave an honest review on Amazon.
Por favor.
Por favor. Por favor. All right. Until then, remember, you're a beginner once, but you should indeed be a student for life.
You didn't even give them their homework.
Oh, I'm sorry. Today's homework. Go ahead. Give them their homework.
Oh, I have to do it? See how this is, guys. I have to do everything hard on the show.
Don't cry.
Today's homework is check out the new and improved studentofthegun.com. I've done a lot of work recently, and there will be more articles and stuff added. But right now, the homepage at studentofthegun.com is brand new, and you can go check it out.
Boom.